Hi everybody, my name is Kristen. Welcome to my new channel, The Fresh Sleeve. The reason why I call it The Fresh Sleeve is because I am 2 weeks out from having gastric sleeve surgery, so still pretty fresh. And also, I am a certified holistic nutritionist, so a lot of the foods that and recipes that I will have in later videos will be mostly organic, fresh whole foods. I'll talk a lot about the different types of foods that we have to now accommodate for our bodies and what's going to be good for us and what's going to be bad for us. I also have polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I also have insulin resistance, which I'm hoping that most of those things will be going away now that I've had the surgery, or at least the symptoms will be easing a little bit of both of those. So if you have that, stay tuned because I have a lot of good information for you and a lot of helpful tips to help you get through a lot of the diseases and ailments that you have. And if you have any questions about high blood pressure or, just any other type of problem that you might have, feel free to ask your girl, the certified holistic nutritionist. And I also call it the Fresh Sleeve because I'm a stand-up comic, and you will definitely hear some funny things come out of my mouth. So everything to me is funny. I use real life incorporated in my everyday stand-up comic routines. The one thing that wasn't funny was going through weight loss surgery, and let's get into that because that's why you're here. I know for myself, when I was going through the process of trying to find a surgeon, finding the surgeon was easy. I had asked somebody where they had their surgery done, and they told me, the New York Bariatric Group. So I was like, okay, I'll try the New York Bariatric Group. And the surgeon matters, but it's not 100%. Like, it doesn't really matter too much. It really matters on who takes your insurance, who has the most available appointment, because the surgeon really is just giving you the tool. That's all. I haven't seen the last time I saw my surgeon was when I was being knocked out. That was the last time right before I was about to get knocked out. That was the last time I saw him. But I'm sure if I wanted to see him, I could, but he's a busy man. He's got, a lot of appointments to take. It takes a long time to be able to get to see them. So I'm assuming that you've already found your surgeon and now you're going through the process of getting all the tests done and everything. A lot of those tests will be an eye-opener for you. You might discover that you have things that you didn't know that you had before. For me, it wasn't really any of a surprise to find out a couple of things that I had wrong with me that could lead to more damage in the future. Just having, polycystic ovarian syndrome is going to lead to obesity. It's going to lead to infertility. It's going to lead to, hardening of the arteries and all kinds of different heart diseases and, just stuff that I didn't want. And I knew that, since I was able to lose weight in the past, that definitely did ease a lot of it. So for me, I'd already had a lot of these tests done. I already had a relationship with my endocrinologist. I had gone to the lung doctor prior. I was already seeing a cardiologist. My primary care doctor was on board. So for me, it still took 6 months, but that's 6 months, especially the last couple of months, leading up to it was a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie. It was an emotionally draining nightmare, but I got through it. And I'm going to tell you a couple things that, because I don't want anyone to feel, because you do question, is this right for me? Is the surgery right for me? I had my surgery 2 weeks ago, and I'm already down 31 pounds, which was a shock to me because I'm used to either gaining weight or not losing any weight at all for long periods of time. And I'm not a person that, because of the PCOS and because of the insulin resistance, I already know that I have to follow a specific type of low carb diet. I prefer a vegetarian diet because that's just, my body just feels better with that. And I discovered that doing the 2-week liquid diet, a lot of the inflammation, a lot of the brain fog, a lot of the, body soreness went away because I wasn't over consuming on protein. And that inflammation and pain has continued to be gone. So that was, one of the things that was a surprise to me that I found out about myself when I was going through the process. The mental part that I'm talking about is, but prior to that, when I first went to the doctor, I was 420 pounds. And, they marked it, they logged it. I was like, okay. They didn't give me like a specific amount of weight to lose. They said, obviously lose as much weight you can, but I heard in my head, eat as much food as you can. Yay! So there I was eating everything in sight like it was the Last Supper. And it was, it's going to be the last time that I was going to be eating this, or the last time I was going to be eating that. And then the next time I went to the doctor, um, I ended up gaining 15 pounds. And the nutritionist came in and she said to me, listen, what have you been eating? And I said, I've been eating ice cream and pretty much anything that I wanted to eat because I feel like this is going to be the last time that I'm going to be eating any of this stuff. And she said, listen, this is not the last time that you're going to be eating any of this stuff. Eat for the body that you want, not for the body that you have. So once she said that, I was able to get myself back on track with a diet that I had been following, and I took off that 20 pounds in 30 days. So that was good. But then right before surgery, I found that I was creeping right back up. The last weigh-in I had was the pre-surgical testing at the hospital. The week before surgery, I was 409. And then when I went back for my 1 week checkup after the surgery, which was the 17th, I was 378. And I haven't seen 378 in a while. I used to go to kickboxing 5 days a week. I saw a nutritionist. I was working out. I was healthy. And I was losing a lot of inches, but not a lot of pounds. And the lowest weight that I got after a couple years of working very hard, I got down to 350 something. And I wanted so badly to get out of the 350 range. And then something happened and I just lost total control and everything happened. And that's part of the mental part that we have. You have to gear up for this surgery. You have to get yourself in a good headspace to be able to understand what you go through as an obese person and be able to understand that it's not just about eating and it's not just about controlling what goes in and out of your mouth. The reason why I decided to get the surgery done, and I'm sure that this is the reason why you've decided to get the surgery done, is because we eat too much. Even when I was following a very healthy diet, I was definitely eating way too much food. I would come home, I would have a huge salad, half a chicken, and then I would sit there and I would eat, if I had ice cream in the house or something sugary in the house. I was going to the food store every single day. People in the food store were like, oh wow, you're here every day, like you come in every day. And it's like, you don't realize that you're doing it, but it becomes a habit to go to the food store every day and, oh, I want meatballs today, or oh, I want pizza today, or oh, I want this. And if you're going through that, just rest assured right now that after you have the surgery, that nagging, like, I need to eat, I need to go to the store, I need to do this, eat this, goes away. I don't have that anymore. I don't have that, I need to go to the store and get cookies, or I'm craving this, or I'm craving that. All those cravings for sugar are gone. Thank God. But I know that as soon as I put anything relatively sweet in my mouth, or anything that's not supposed to be in my mouth, I know that addiction is going to start creeping back up. So that's part of the headspace. And I'm not saying that you could never have it again. I'm just saying that there's other healthy alternatives out there, which of course I will teach you about later on when I start getting into more of like the cooking segments and part of the Fresh Sleeve. But the headspace came if your surgery group offers support. They don't tell you, most places don't tell you, and most people will tell you, go to a support group as soon as possible, get involved with that, start meeting people, start talking to people about it. And once you start realizing that a lot of the eating that you've been doing is stress eating, things begin to change for you. And you start saying, oh, okay, I get it now. I get that when I come home from work, it's not necessarily that I'm hungry. It's just I'm stressed out and I'm trying to give myself something to comfort myself. There was a lot of dark periods going through this, leading up to this, because I felt like, nervous about the anesthesia. Am I going to die from this? Am I going to have a heart attack? Am I actually going to be able to lose weight? All kinds of negative feelings. And the darkest time came probably 4 weeks before the surgery. I had already given up smoking. That's another video. We're going to talk about smoking too, because that's a no-no with this surgery. And as soon as you can quit, stop. But I will get into that later on, because I know that I definitely looked for that answer. And I think I found one video which scared me, but I will tell you the truth about smoking and bariatric surgery in upcoming videos, or just, shoot me a message and I'll answer it right away. I did think about ending my life. I did think, and this is real talk here. This is something real, even though we go to that, psychological evaluation, which is basically pretty much someone there plugging away in a computer, asking you questions, like just kind of glancing over, do you feel suicidal? And it's like, all right, well, I don't feel suicidal every day, but, of course, people have thought about it. I mean, most people don't, but I think that most people, but I'm being real enough with you at this point, to know that these thoughts do come up in your head. This is something that can happen, where you're thinking about, I can't live without this. I need my food. I don't want to be stuck like this. And I really feel that's at the point when you know that you're done with obesity. I'm done being fat, and I would do anything to change it. And weight loss surgery is definitely the one tool that you can have that's going to change that. And those dark clouds for me passed over. It was just a phase that I was going through and that I was thinking. But it's also the addiction in your brain, because it's being threatened. Your brain is very smart, and it knows when things are going to have a big change, because you're seeing all these big changes happening to everybody around you. And you're looking at all these before and after pictures, and you're looking at the procedure, and maybe you're watching My 600-Pound Life, and you just keep saying to yourself, no, this is not what I want. This is not how I want to live the rest of my life. And that's when you know you're ready, and that's when you know that you're done. If people were to ask me, should I have the surgery done? Because I know that's definitely, if anyone has any regrets. I'm only 2 weeks out, so stay with me. I might tell you that I have regrets. I might say, after the 2-week liquid diet, I felt so good, and it was such a high to let go of all those addictions, that, yeah, I could have said, you know what, let me cancel the surgery. I'm okay. I'm okay now. I could do that. But I feel like there's other people that have other addictions and other afflictions in their life that, would probably say the same thing until you go stumbling backwards, and it's like, all right, well, now I'm right back to where it was. And that's why I went for the surgery, and I don't regret my decision, because I'm very well aware of what I'm capable of doing to myself as far as with eating food, and I'm happy that I stopped my pain. I eased my pain of obesity, of the patterns of overeating, and just being able to scaring myself at how much food I was able to eat. And there's just no way that I can ever go back to that, because I'm done with it. So that's all I'm really going to talk about today. If you're looking for a reason to not have surgery, I can't give you one. I will not say to you that it was easy. It's not easy. Especially in my next video, I'm going to talk about what actually happened the day of the hospital. I just wanted to kind of introduce myself in this video and kind of like let you know where the thoughts have been. But the next video, I actually have a video that I did in the hospital. I might put that out there. It's kind of boring, but I feel like it's important for you to actually visually see what's in front of you in the hospital, so you know kind of what to expect. But yeah, so if you're looking for someone to tell you that you should not have surgery, I'm not going to tell you that. I feel that if you're at the point where you're going to do something as drastic as this, then I feel like, then you should go for it and you should do it, because your health is more important. And we already know what the alternative is. We know that the alternative is gaining weight and continuing to struggle, continuing to realize the health problems. And is it painful? It's emotionally painful, but it does pass, and it passes in a couple of days. I'm not talking about weeks. I'm not talking about anything, but the stronger you can get yourself in the head game, go see a behavioral psychiatrist, go to a support group, reach out to people that have had the surgery done, and get your head really, really strong before you get on that table, because that's what's going to get you through this, and that's what's really going to help you. Okay, so next time I'm going to talk to you about what actually happened in the hospital, how I felt, things that you're going to need to help you once you get out from surgery, and kind of like the do's and don'ts of what to do. And there's not many. Like, I actually got through this pretty good, so there's not going to be many. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kristen. This is The Fresh Sleeve, and I really, really look forward to seeing you all back here again. Please leave me any questions or comments that you may have. Like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But I'll be back, and I look forward to growing this channel with everybody and really just getting through this together, because without that support, without each other, I probably wouldn't have gotten as far as I did. So I will see you next time on The Fresh Sleeve.